what you're here tonight to talk about is something really close to my heart because, you know, I'm a pastor of a multicultural congregation here in Chicago, and we learned years ago that unless we embrace the digital age and media and marketing, it is what it is.
Right.
You're going to get run over if you don't. And I was telling you before the show started tonight, 10 years ago, if you'd have told me we'd have had a media pastor on our staff, I'd have been like, what's a media pastor?
It's so important for churches to be relevant today.
Yeah.
And social media is a way that we really network, but it's like on steroids now. Because we network.
So social media, start with that.
Social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. People that have iPhones, they are now videotaping. It's all about real time because I'm a publicist by trade.
Okay.
So 10 years ago, if you were to say that I was going to just be all involved in social media, it's like, yeah, right, why?
Right.
You know, I've got a press release, I send it out, I mail it. At that point, we were faxing, whatever, then you email it. But now it's about real time and tweeting it. You could see Barack Obama, how he ran his media campaign using Facebook, using YouTube, using all of that.
Text messages.
Text, Blackberries. I mean, so this is where the world is now. And Barack Obama's not a kid, okay? He's like in his 40s.
Right.
So it's like, it's not an option just to say, yes, I'm on Facebook, but to really be engaged. And that's really, it's the whole thing is like, people ask me, should pastors be on Facebook? Yes. If that's where the people are hanging out.
Got to go where the people are.
Right.
Now, you're an Emmy Award-winning producer. How did you get into, of course, that would pertain to television. You've won awards in television. How did you get into the media marketing, though? How did you make that transition?
I've always been a communicator, involved in writing, journalism, advertising. So that whole thing just was the gamut of my career 20 years ago.
Okay.
And how I actually got into the whole passion about helping ministries is that I saw how people could market cars, because I'm from Detroit. I saw how people could market hamburgers and how they could market anything.
Yeah, because you did for McDonald's and other, so you watched this happen with them.
Saw how those brands were being built.
Okay.
And how does the church brand? And that's really what I learned. I learned a lot about branding because from the Salvation Army, that's the red shield, the red kettle, you know, they have the color red. I brand, I wear pink. So, you know, so I learned about branding from that. And the Salvation Army does a lot of great work, but their main mission is salvation.
Right.
And so that's really the thing. I says, well, you know what, there's so many churches in Detroit or just around the country, African-American churches, they don't know this branding. Yeah. They do church as usual, and so the churches period, don't know how to do this. Well, just even I find that even the churches in the urban areas, they really lack a lot of the resources, I think, in terms of really knowing how to do media ministry and doing it right. Yeah. You know, doing it right. Do not send me a flyer that you hand wrote out inviting me to your third Friday night musical with misspellings in it. Hit spell check or print it out, do something. And I always tell this, that says you are doing the name of Jesus a disservice. Right. If you're saying he's about excellence